What's up, you guys? Steve here with your stimulus check update and stimulus package update with some pretty exciting news for those of you that have direct deposit set up with the IRS. Now, a couple days ago, we had heard them say that as soon as President Joe Biden signed the stimulus package, the American Rescue Plan, into law, that direct deposit stimulus checks could start hitting bank accounts within 3 days of that signing. Well, as you guys know, today, President Joe Biden signed the stimulus package into law, and we have now received confirmation from the IRS that this is going to start happening this weekend. Stimulus checks through direct deposits will start hitting bank accounts. And we're seeing articles starting to pop up like this left and right. Take a look. Americans can expect stimulus payments as soon as this weekend. Here's one that just came out. Here's when the IRS will start sending out $1,400 stimulus checks, and another one that says, Psaki says Americans can start seeing stimulus money in their bank accounts as soon as this weekend. So you guys, I actually have some video footage of what White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki had to say today about the arrival of the checks. And also, I've got an article that's going to be breaking down every form of the stimulus checks, the direct deposit, paper checks, the debit cards, and how they're going to be arriving and when you can expect to see them. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and dive right in and get you caught up on the latest as of today, March the 11th, 2021. But before we dive in, if you could do me a quick favor, it'll just take a second. If you like and appreciate these video updates, keeping you up to date on stimulus, unemployment, Congress, the economy, anything having to do with investing or money, why don't you go ahead and take a second to smash that like button? I would appreciate it. Like button, comments, and sharing these videos out on social media platforms to anybody that you think might be interested. It helps out my channel. Thank you so much. And if this is your first time here and you're not already part of the viewing community, what I like to call the Ram Fam, and you'd like to stay up to date on everything that's rolling out right now, why don't you go ahead and take a second to smash the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so that way as soon as I upload videos, you can get notified right away. And if you don't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram as well at SteveRam3, because I do my best to respond to as many questions here on YouTube as I can, but there's a lot of them, so I don't see them all. But Instagram is also a great way to get a hold of me if you got any questions as well. And also, we just launched a Patreon group, so if you might be interested, go ahead and join. There's a link in the description below, and you can get direct access to me behind the scenes and also these articles as they're coming up in real time. And also, remember that when I do respond to you here on YouTube, my comments will always have a gray stripe on the name. So if you don't see that, it's not me. So please use caution. There's scammers out there trying to pose as me, trying to steal your information. I never ask for your bank account information, and I don't have random phone numbers that I leave in the comments to some assistant that's gonna sell you Bitcoin. So if you see that, please use caution. I'm here to get you caught up on the latest economic news. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do that. Let's dive in and get you caught up on the latest regarding when you can expect to see your stimulus checks arrive. All right, so first let's take a look at some video footage that came out of White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki letting us know that stimulus checks, they will be arriving this weekend. And then afterward, we're going to be diving into an article that just came out about an hour ago that's going to give us more details on the schedule for every single form of stimulus checks. So let's go ahead and get started.
The Treasury Department of Treasury, and the IRS are working hard to get relief payments out the door as fast as possible to the American people. People can expect to start seeing direct deposits hit their bank accounts as early as this weekend. This is, of course, just the first wave, but some people in the country will start seeing those direct deposits in their bank accounts this weekend, and payments to eligible Americans will continue throughout the course of the next several weeks.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as we heard her say that they're going to start hitting bank accounts going out as early as this weekend, and then over the course of the next couple weeks, they're going to start sending them out in waves. Now, let's go ahead and get some more detail on this from an article that just came out today. A link in the description below if you'd like to follow along with me. And it says, stimulus checks to start arriving this weekend, 7 things you need to know. Now, things are moving quickly for the $1,400 stimulus checks that President Joe Biden signed into law in the $1.9 trillion stimulus bill Thursday today, which was a day earlier than expected. Shortly after, the White House laid out an accelerated timeline to get the new stimulus payments out the door, and we actually have that timeline in this article. Now, people can expect to start seeing direct deposits hit their bank accounts as early as this weekend. This is, of course, just the first wave, as we just heard White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki just let us know. Payments to eligible Americans will continue throughout the course of the next several weeks, but with the third stimulus checks going out over to 100 million people, the second checks we saw 147 million, delivering the new checks may not prove to be that simple for everyone. For example, with tax returns due April 15th, and yes, it is tax season now, the IRS will have to process new payments using either the 2019 or the 2020 taxes. And if you file your taxes, you could get changed into a different group. And there's also a matter of how long it takes to actually send you out your payment. And if the IRS switches your payment group around, would you get the stimulus money sooner, or would you end up getting it in a later wave? And what if the rule changes means that your check winds up getting garnished? And yes, originally we had heard that these checks would not get garnished whatsoever, and it still stands. However, there is now one group of debt collectors that can take out from that check. Now, they're saying that in this article, they're going to get us caught up on all the details, but before we dive into that, let's take a look at this accelerated schedule that came out from the White House so you can see when checks are expecting to hit bank accounts. All right, you guys, so here it is, the official accelerated schedule that we have for the checks. Now, it says here at the top, potential delivery dates. These could change. So they're saying that this is not set in stone, but right now this is what we currently have for all the different forms of the stimulus checks beginning to roll out. And as you can see here at the very top, yesterday, the bill was passed by Congress on March 10th. Today, the bill was signed by President Joe Biden March 11th, and they're saying the first direct deposits will be sent out March 13th or March 14th, which is this weekend. Now, the next form of stimulus checks is going to be the actual paper checks, and that's going to be the week of March 22nd. Then the EIP, or those debit cards, are going to go out the week of March 29th. Now, the IRS deadline to send these out, they're going to have them all sent out by December 31st of 2021, which means they pretty much have the entire year to send out checks. Now, the last date to receive them is going to be January of 2022, and if you don't get a check for whatever reason this year, you're going to have to claim it on your 2021 taxes next year in 2022. And that is the current accelerated schedule. All right, so for these next portions in the article, I'm just going to read the titles and then summarize for you because I just want to get you the main points because there's a lot of information in here. So the first one is your stimulus check could arrive weeks after the first delivery date. So just to clarify, that accelerated schedule we just saw, those are just the start dates for the different forms. Just because you have direct deposit, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it this weekend. It could be next weekend. It's just they're going to start the process of that this weekend. Also, the IRS could switch up your payment group. So just because you got direct deposit in the first two rounds, they are switching things around, especially with taxes being done, and you could get it in a paper check or a debit card in this next round. And they're saying a lot of the groups that might be impacted by this could be those on SSI or SSDI or different benefit programs like that. Also, they have about 300 days to get this done. They have till the end of the year, so they're not necessarily in a hurry. So hopefully it won't take them that long, but they have till the end of the year to get out checks. Also, stimulus checks will be based on whichever tax return the IRS currently has processed. So they're going to go with the most current. So if you did your taxes already for 2020, they're going to use that if it's on file. Now, if it's not on file, they're going to use 2019. And also, let's say in 2019, you weren't eligible for a stimulus check. You made too much money. But in 2020, maybe you lost your job and now you are eligible. You're going to want to file those taxes right away so that way you can claim that stimulus check. Now, if the opposite is true, let's say in 2019, you were eligible for a stimulus check, but in 2020 last year, you made a lot more money and you're not eligible now, you might want to hold off on filing those taxes because they've already let us know that if they send you a stimulus check and you weren't supposed to get one or you were supposed to get less, you don't have to send it back. They just said, congratulations, you got a stimulus check, it's okay. Now, if you get a partial check, they're saying that you're going to have to wait for the rest of it. They're saying you're going to have to claim it on your 2021 taxes when you file them in the year 2022. So you're going to be waiting a while to get the rest of that check, unfortunately. Now, you may be able to avoid delays, and they said pretty much just get all your information current and on file with the IRS. So file your taxes, give them the most recent information. If you moved, let them know, and also get direct deposit. Also, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki let us know that they're going to be starting this weekend, and once again, just a reminder, this is going to be for individuals making $75,000 a year or less to get a full $1,400 check. If you make over $80,000 as an individual, you're not eligible for a check. It's a hard cutoff. Also, couples filing jointly, they're going to get a $2,800 check if they make $150,000 a year or less. If they make over $160,000, they're not eligible for a check. Also, dependents, you're going to be able to get $1,400 per dependent that you claim with no limit to the number of dependents, and there's no age limit on these dependents either. In the previous rounds, adult dependents got left out. Well, in this one, they're included. Also, there's not going to be any garnishments with the exception of a couple of debt collectors that can take it. But if you owe child support, you still get a stimulus check. Also, as we mentioned, SSI, SSDI, all those railroad benefits, veterans, they're all included as well. So that is the current accelerated schedule that we have on the stimulus checks. Now, as more information rolls out, I'll keep you up to date here on the channel. And if you by chance get a stimulus check, let me know in the comments down below so I can celebrate with you. And also, today at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, a group of us are getting together on Teach Jesus app YouTube channel to have a Bible study. So if you'd like to join us, just a simple invitation. If not, no worries. Just wanted to throw something out there positive and encouraging during this time if you might be interested. And you guys, if you made it this far and you haven't already, why don't you go ahead and smash that like button. If you want to stay up to date on everything, smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and be sure to follow me on Instagram as well at SteveRam3. And you guys, I hope this reaches you well. I hope you have a blessed day. Take care. God bless. I'll see you in the next video. This is Steve.